Greetings, geeks and geekarellas. It is me. I am back. Hopefully this time without any tech issues, so I won't leave mid-sent. Just kidding you. We're here. They're back, people. The superhero shows are back. The DC CW shows, I mean. And we start off with Supergirl. Yay! Before I recap, I just want to say, I think they successfully tricked us. Because boy were we tricked. Because for those that might not know or might not realize, in the Arrowverse, it had almost got to the point where season 3s are known for being the darkest ones. Arrow got pretty dark with the whole Deathstroke story arc and the deaths of a couple main characters. Quite a few. So, and then we had Flash, which that whole Savitar crap was super dark. And spoiler alert, also ended with a major death. So, a lot of people were worried going into this episode, especially if you saw the trailer where she's like, Kara Danvers is dead. Yeah, we thought for sure that this whole season was going to be dark, gritty Supergirl. Which is something that, I don't know about you, I don't necessarily want. I mean, I don't mind them getting dark, but I don't want them to lose track of the hopefulness and the brightness that is Supergirl. The hopefulness that is Supergirl. So, this episode in particular, going back to the darkness, we start off with Kara up in the air as Supergirl, basically daydreaming as Supergirl, like falling asleep in midair but not falling kind of thing, where she sees her mom, who's now recasted. For those that were wondering, yes, they recast the mom because her original mom is such a bamf in the theater world that she couldn't come back due to obligations. So we see her and we see Mon-El, with both of them really hitch in the feels. I mean, the whole scene was kind of cliche with her walking in a field, putting out her hand. The whole scene was beautiful and cliche, and then they hit you with a feels bomb doubly with Mom and Mon-El. But then we see her saving the day. Don't worry, I won't describe everything. I'll start skipping over things, because this video is already going to be long enough. So, then we see her go up against Bloodsport and fight him, and we start to notice something. Kara's kind of blocked off emotionally. We even have a scene where she saves people for Bloodsport and she gets the emergency Jimmy call. Because for those that don't remember, Jimmy, back when he lived in Metropolis, had a watch that could call Superman. And only Kryptonians can hear it. It's a beep that only Kryptonians can hear. And so now that he's moved to National City, he now uses it as a calling for Supergirl, because Kryptonian. And then he says, yeah, we need to talk. it's been however many months since the last episode. Because keep in mind, CW-verse, they keep it modern day. Like when we take breaks, they actually take breaks in the show. So he's like, we've been living this long without saying anything to you, letting you brood, letting you mourn, but you need to get back on. I need Kara Danvers, and I need Kara Danvers to give me this report. Because Supergirl's getting Supergirl Day, and he wants a report in the paper about it. So, she fails on that, and so he calls her with the watch, and she's basically just like, how dare you? This is not an emergency. Matter of fact, if you think this is an emergency, Kara Danvers is useless. I quit. Then Alex confronts her about that, which was really cool because I missed having the Danvers sisters together. They're so awesome. In happy times and in sad times, like with this. Because they openly had a scene where she was like, try to make I understand, and she's like, no you don't. Well, make me, like, let me understand. She's like, you wouldn't be like this if Maggie. And then she's like, you'd be a drunk mess. And that's because you're a human, which you like, ooh, shit. And then Alex leaves. Before she does, she says the line that we heard in the trailers, that Kara Danvers is her favorite person, which, well acted scene, ladies. I love that scene. But then even more so is when it's emphasized later that they find out that Bloodsport's big plan is to attack the memorial that I just told you about. And so they're standing there, and John basically comes up and gives another daddy speech. Like, I'm your dad type speech. As a fellow alien coming to Earth, I know how it feels. I lost someone too important to me. A lot of good parallels there. Apparently this is parallels. I don't know. I'm on coffee right now. It's been a weird day, and so I needed coffee, so I'm a little weird and hyper. So he gives her another awesomely acted speech, and she starts to see that, yes, I need to be Kara too. It's okay to mourn, that type of stuff. That I'm sure we will explore in further episodes. Just now we get reassurance that the whole season won't be about the dark giving up Kara side of her life. Because we do later in, skipping ahead, we do later in the episode see her hanging out with her friends again, and I think saying that she wanted to go back to work. I didn't catch who the text was to. It was either to Lena or Jimmy, but I hope she goes back to being a reporter, and I hope we get Snapper back. But yeah, so they figure out that Bloodsport is in a cloaked submarine, which was really cool because she had to have a moment where she just calmed down and listened for his heartbeat. Goes in, saves the day. Well, first tries to, then gets blown up and lies there in the ocean until Mon-El tells her to wake up, which I have a theory about that, and I might go into it in a different video. But for now, I will just say there is a confirmed Legion character who has psychic powers. So, put two and two together. I might talk about that more later, but for now, it's going on for too long. So, she then wakes up because of Mono and saves the day. Which was really cool. And overall, we end, like I said, with her going to hang out with her friends again. Being Kara again. Which was really nice to see. Warmed my little geeky heart. But anyway, this was a really good episode overall. There were a bunch of subplots in there too, which I really liked. Like the new business villain, played by the guy from Heroes, who tried to buy out Catco to use for his own personal gain, push stories against his business competitors. But Lena came in, bought it, and was like, yeah, booyah, beat that. Which was really cool. And then there's also another subplot, which I'll save that one for last, because I just thought about another one. We had a Sandverse. A lot of people were worried about Sandverse when it was announced that Maggie would be going to a reoccurring character, not a main character. So a lot of people were worried. But we had a Sandverse episode, which was really good. And Sandverse subplot, I mean, which was really good and led to a lot of good moments. Like them talking to each other about her not wanting a big wedding because her father couldn't be there. But then them talking it out, realizing that it was crap what she was saying and that Jean needed to walk her down the aisle. Which, that was an awesome scene when she confronted Jean about it, because he started to cry and she's like, don't you cry, because if you cry, I cry. And they don't need to know that we can. Really good. I love this episode. But yeah, the last little subplot that I want to talk about real quick, because it plays into something, is we see this little girl who's a big fan of Supergirl. And her mom, who looks familiar, especially if you keep your eye on news stories or watch the movie Cloverfield. So you're like, huh, what's this doing here? And so, kid bumps into Alex, mom makes her apologize. They're in the giant explosion thing going on in the climax. And in the end, this steel thing falls down on the daughter. Mom, in a highly emotional state, picks it up and pushes it to save the daughter. And then we end with the mom getting a very unusual dream that actually involves Kara's mom. Yeah. Complete spoiler alert here. If you guys didn't know, that's Rain, the new overarching villain. Oh my god. The setup for her is going so awesome. I like that she's not a typical villain. And if you keep your eye on the news, everything they've said about her now makes sense. And the daughter is a cool angle, and also it seems like she might be related to Kara's mom, which the actress looks like it. So Kara having to fight another family member would be interesting, or clone family member would still be interesting. Anyway, I've been going on for far too long, as you can tell from all this rambling and the fact that I tried to go over every single little detail. I really like this episode. I'm glad Supergirl's back. I'm glad it was done so well and that all my worries subsided. Let's hope that they can work now towards making Supergirl lighter, bringing in more of the new characters, because we've got, like I said, a Legion of Superheroes member coming to the show. And Mon-El's story is not over. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I will be back tomorrow for Legends because, of course, in case you forgot, Legends moved from Thursdays to Tuesdays to play after Flash. I will not be reviewing Flash, but I will be enjoying it. Anyway, that's all for now. Till next time, and beyond.